Australia's rugby journey into the 2026 Nations Championship carried a sense of urgency unlike any campaign in recent memory. After a difficult 2025 season in which the Wallabies managed only 5 victories from 15 test matches, expectations were mixed. Some supporters believed the team was entering another rebuilding phase, while others felt that the struggles of the previous year had created the foundation for a stronger and more determined squad. As the Super Rugby Pacific season came to an end, attention across the nation shifted toward the international stage where Australia would host Ireland, France, and Italy in 3 consecutive test matches that promised to reveal how far the Wallabies had truly progressed. The months leading up to the tournament had been filled with discussion about the future of Australian rugby. Former players, analysts, and fans debated everything from team selection to tactical identity. The Wallabies had shown flashes of quality during previous campaigns, but consistency had remained elusive. Every victory seemed to be followed by disappointment, making it difficult for the team to build momentum. Yet within the squad there was a growing belief that the upcoming Nations Championship represented an opportunity to change perceptions and begin writing a new chapter. Joe Schmidt understood the significance of the challenge ahead. The experienced coach had spent months working to establish greater discipline, structure, and confidence within the team. He knew that international rugby offered no easy matches and that Australia's opening schedule would be particularly demanding. Ireland, France, and Italy each arrived with impressive credentials and recent success against the Wallabies. To many observers, the opening weeks of the competition would serve as a major test of Australia's progress. The first obstacle on the road was Ireland, one of the most consistent and respected teams in world rugby. Scheduled to take place at Allianz Stadium in Sydney on July 4, the encounter immediately captured the attention of rugby supporters around the globe. Ireland had become a formidable force over the previous decade, developing a reputation for disciplined play, tactical intelligence, and relentless competitiveness. Their rise through the international rankings had been built on years of careful planning and outstanding player development. Australia's recent history against Ireland made the challenge even more daunting. The Irish had won the previous 5 meetings between the nations, establishing a psychological advantage that could not be ignored. Each victory had reinforced the belief that Ireland possessed the answers whenever these teams met. Australian supporters remembered those defeats all too well. In many of those matches, the Wallabies had competed strongly for long periods before crucial mistakes allowed Ireland to seize control. Particularly memorable was the previous encounter between the teams in Dublin. Ireland had produced a commanding display, securing a comprehensive 46-19 victory that highlighted the gulf between the sides on that occasion. Their attack had been clinical, their defense disciplined, and their decision-making exceptional. Australia struggled to find solutions as wave after wave of Irish pressure resulted in points. The result left many questioning how long it would take for the Wallabies to return to the level required to challenge the world's elite nations. However, rugby has always been a sport built on opportunity and redemption. Every season creates new possibilities, and every test match offers players a chance to rewrite the narrative. The Wallabies entered the 2026 campaign determined to prove that recent history did not define their future. Preparation for the Ireland clash began long before the teams arrived in Sydney. Training camps focused heavily on physical conditioning, tactical awareness, and mental resilience. Coaches analyzed countless hours of footage, identifying both strengths and weaknesses in the Irish game. Players participated in intense sessions designed to replicate the pressure they would face on match day. One of the key messages delivered throughout preparation was the importance of discipline. Against a team as efficient as Ireland, penalties and errors could quickly become costly. Every player understood that attention to detail would be critical. Small moments often determine the outcome of elite test matches, and Australia could not afford to hand opportunities to such a dangerous opponent. The appointment of experienced New Zealand referee Ben O'Keefe generated considerable interest. Widely regarded as one of the game's leading officials, O'Keefe brought a reputation for consistency and clear communication. Teams studied his refereeing tendencies carefully because interpretations at the breakdown and set piece could significantly influence the flow of the contest. As match week arrived, excitement spread throughout Sydney. Fans from both nations traveled to the city, creating a vibrant atmosphere around the stadium. Restaurants, hotels, and public spaces became gathering points for supporters eager to discuss predictions and possibilities. The anticipation surrounding the fixture reflected its importance not only for the two teams involved but also for the broader rugby community. When match day finally arrived, Allianz Stadium was transformed into a sea of color and noise. Thousands of supporters filled the stands, creating an atmosphere worthy of a major international occasion. The players emerged to thunderous applause, fully aware of the expectations resting on their shoulders. The opening minutes revealed exactly why Ireland had become one of the world's most respected rugby nations. Their passing was sharp, their support lines precise, and their decision-making composed. Yet Australia responded with determination, matching their opponents physically and refusing to be intimidated. Every tackle carried intensity, every contest for possession was fiercely fought, and every inch of territory had to be earned. The match developed into a tactical battle that showcased the finest qualities of Test rugby. Ireland sought to impose their structured approach, patiently building phases and waiting for opportunities. Australia countered with aggressive defense and a willingness to attack whenever chances emerged. Momentum shifted repeatedly, keeping supporters on the edge of their seats. Regardless of the outcome, the performance provided valuable insight into the Wallabies' development. There were signs of greater confidence and cohesion. The players appeared more comfortable under pressure, and the systems implemented by the coaching staff were becoming increasingly evident. While challenges remained, there was growing belief that progress was being made. Following the Ireland encounter, attention quickly shifted toward another formidable opponent. France awaited in Brisbane on July 11, bringing with them a reputation for brilliance and unpredictability. Under the guidance of Fabien Galthy, Les Blues had evolved into one of the most exciting teams in world rugby. Their combination of physical power, technical skill, and attacking flair made them a threat to any opponent. Australia's recent record against France offered little comfort. The French had won the previous 3 meetings between the nations, each victory reinforcing their status as one of the game's elite teams. The Wallabies had not defeated France since 2021, a result achieved on Australian soil. Since then, the balance of power appeared to have shifted in favor of Les Blues. The lead-up to the Brisbane Test generated enormous interest. Analysts debated tactical matchups, former players offered predictions, and supporters eagerly anticipated another high-quality contest. Many believed France possessed the talent to challenge for major honors in the years ahead, making this encounter an important benchmark for Australia. Suncorp Stadium provided a fitting stage for such an occasion. Widely regarded as one of the world's great rugby venues, it had hosted countless memorable matches over the years. Players from both teams spoke about their excitement at competing in front of what was expected to be a passionate and knowledgeable crowd. English referee Carl Dixon was appointed to oversee proceedings. His experience at the highest level ensured confidence among players and coaches, although preparation still included careful study of his interpretations and tendencies. In modern rugby, understanding the referee's approach can be almost as important as understanding the opposition. As kickoff approached, anticipation reached extraordinary levels. Supporters recognized that matches between Australia and France often produce unforgettable moments. Both teams possessed players capable of changing games in an instant, creating the potential for a thrilling contest. From the opening whistle, the match lived up to expectations. France demonstrated the qualities that had made them one of the sport's most feared sides. Their forwards carried with immense power, creating momentum and drawing defenders into difficult situations. Behind them, talented backs looked capable of producing moments of magic whenever possession became available. Australia responded impressively. Determined not to be overwhelmed, the Wallabies matched France's physicality and competed fiercely at every breakdown. Defensive organization improved noticeably, while attacking movements showed greater creativity and ambition. The contest evolved into a fascinating struggle between two teams desperate to gain the upper hand. The intensity remained high throughout the encounter. Every set piece, turnover, and line break carried significance. Supporters witnessed moments of outstanding skill, courageous defense, and relentless effort. It was the type of match that reminded everyone why international rugby continues to captivate audiences around the world. While attention often focused on results, performances against teams like France also served a broader purpose. They provided opportunities for players to test themselves against elite opposition and gain valuable experience. Every challenge faced contributed to the development of a squad seeking long-term success. With 2 demanding tests completed, the Wallabies turned their attention toward the final match of the opening series. Italy awaited in Perth on July 18, bringing a level of confidence rarely associated with previous generations of Italian rugby. The Azzurri had undergone significant transformation in recent years, earning respect through improved performances and notable victories. Gone were the days when opponents viewed Italy as predictable underdogs. Their player development programs had begun producing talented athletes capable of competing at the highest level. Confidence grew with each positive result, and recent victories over established rugby nations demonstrated their progress. For Australia, recent history against Italy served as a warning. The Wallabies had lost their previous 2 matches against the Azzurri, results that highlighted the dangers of underestimating an improving opponent. Coaches repeatedly emphasized the importance of preparation and focus, ensuring players understood the challenge ahead. Perth embraced the opportunity to host international rugby once again. Supporters eagerly anticipated seeing the Wallabies in action, while Italian fans traveled significant distances to support their team. The city's enthusiasm contributed to a vibrant atmosphere during the build-up. English referee Christoph Ridley received the appointment for the match, completing a trio of experienced officials assigned to Australia's opening Nations Championship fixtures. As always, players and coaches devoted considerable attention to understanding his approach to key aspects of the game. Beyond the sporting significance, the Italy test carried emotional weight. It would mark Joe Schmidt's final match as Wallabies coach before handing responsibility to Les Kiss. The transition represented an important moment in Australian rugby, prompting reflection on Schmidt's contribution and anticipation regarding the future. During his tenure, Schmidt faced numerous challenges. Rebuilding confidence after disappointing results is never easy, particularly in a nation where expectations remain high. Yet many within the rugby community acknowledged his commitment, professionalism, and determination to strengthen the foundations of the national program. Players spoke openly about their desire to deliver a memorable performance in his final match. Regardless of results elsewhere, there was a collective sense that the occasion deserved a strong effort. The respect between coach and squad was evident throughout preparations. When match day arrived, the atmosphere inside the stadium reflected the significance of the occasion. Supporters understood they were witnessing more than just another test match.